look into this one, see whether anything. You see this EMUI, whoever actually tap onto the Android system and so on, they will actually have to write a short program, the interface program, to actually make it link with your own so proprietary kind of software. Yeah. For example, in this case, of course, is the Huawei's mobile services. They have some of the so-called ecosystem, their core services, which is not available in Google's, for example. Yeah, of course. Then you actually have to write that, and they call it the. Uh, During my last talk, I mentioned the full name of it, but now I cannot remember. Yeah, they call it the EMUI, and then they have different version also. I think 10 was at that time. Google's were actually having version 10. Now I think they go on to 11 already. The new one actually just released. I think I'm not too sure. So I think it's 11. Yes. I have a new phone. Actually, it's 11. Yes, the other day just updated. Yeah, it's 11. Oh, so that is actually the situation. So uh, Google itself also have the own sets of EMUI also to actually go for the specific interfacing between the Android OS with the other core services. Oh, so this is actually the thing. Oh, so I think, yeah, so I think the mid time actually is the iPhone, I think, right? Yeah. So I think for some of these, they have to go through the EMUIs to actually get it linked up and so on. Yeah. So you need not to know all of this unless you need it and you want to use it and so on. In that sense, oh. So for example, this one actually Huawei actually of course at the moment they are so-called the Harmony OS. Their aim is actually to link up all the Internet of Things, you know. In other words, when they actually decided to go ahead with the Harmony OS at time, they already know that the world is actually now come to a stage that everybody have multiple devices, and all of them actually, as I mentioned just now, they are all synchronized nicely. But nevertheless, the synchronization is not just synchronize everything and copy here and so on. Sometimes you just don't want them to actually synchronize with the thing. But on the other hand, you want it to immediately, you can actually able to transfer the file, let's say from your handphone into your laptop, for example. And for that reason, even this is a Windows OS laptop, Huawei actually have made a software for their Huawei phone to be able to link with your laptop without any cabling, without any setup or any Bluetooth and so on. I think it's all go by the near face contact kind of thing. So long that you actually bring your phone, you put close to your laptop, and it will link up by itself. And it is all because of its so proximities kind of connection. That's why we call it the near face connection. Just like you put your handphone onto your printer, for example, and you click onto a document that you want to print, and the printer will be able to actually print it. Same kind of thing. Here, your mobile phone's screen will actually appear over here. And if you open up a list of document here, it will appear here also. And from here, it become, you know, you can actually click and then drag it out, and it will automatically transfer into your laptop. Yeah. And that is a kind of so-called seamless connection that they want to aim for the all the futures devices. Yeah. In other words, it is something like this handphone with the, for example, Mitsubishi apps on it, aircon, and you can actually use this one as your uh, remote control, and you can do all the setting for your Mitsubishi aircon. And if you have another Samsung aircon at home, you download another apps, you can do that also. But it can actually, in this case, so long that they are Huawei kind of thing, you don't even actually have to install any apps. You can actually recognize, you can actually sense it, and then they will actually seamlessly connected. So long that they are actually within a network or within the proximity kind of environment, they will communicate with each other. And that is exactly, uh, they are trying to do this kind of thing uh, from bottom. That means when they started develop their OS at time, which is different from Google's. Google's at that time, we did not actually anticipate that, you know, you actually have all different devices to communicate with each other. Yeah. But anyway, certain thing actually is made possible. Yeah. Yeah. I just quote you an example. People who are actually driving car, you can actually sync, you can actually sync your iPhone with your motor. Your car have another screen, right? Because there is a GPS. When you actually key in, say you want to actually have a guided GPS to actually guide you go to a certain place and so on, you key in your destination, and then they will give you different suggestions. You want the quickest one, or you want sort of avoiding all the ERP or something, you know, they give you different options, and then you can actually do that. And that one, nowadays, the system that actually on your dashboard on your car, nowadays they don't load in any, in the past they load in different kind of map inside there, you know, depends on the car come from which manufacturer and so on. But nowadays they just make you let's say if you're using the iPhone, they will actually connect your iPhone, and the iPhone using a certain map, then you can actually just use the car as a main screen to actually see the navigation, but actually come from your handphone. You got it? Yeah. For Android, apparently they are not as unified as for the iPhone, because they have only one iPhone. Yeah. And furthermore, it's an US company, and US people are actually using more GPS kind of thing, you know, in the state. When they drive everywhere, you know, they're all the map are actually there and so on. So they make it a standard, you know. Most of the car actually, when you are using an iPhone, it is easier to set up with your your car kind of thing, you know. Yeah. I got a car, but I using an Android phone. Then they say, yeah, you can actually do it, or you can, if you don't want to actually install a certain software and so on, then I have to actually plug a cable from my my mobile phone, and then into my car's USB port and so on. And it still work. You can actually connect, but it's already a lot of troublesome, you see, because of the fact that I have to actually make sure that the cable is there, and the cable, you know, when you're driving, it's never ideal to actually mentoring with the cable also. Yeah. So that is like actually the kind of situation. And what I'm trying to say now is actually the potential is there because Huawei already actually because become a latecomer. They actually know that what are the things that is needed, and then from that you know, so many electric car is actually coming in, and every electric car, the ultimate reason is, you know, it will not be driven by a human being. Yeah, a lot of car, a higher car and so on, it will be all autonomous. And they're all guided by the 5G network, 6G network in future. Yeah, with all the safety. It's just like when you now go to NUS, the campus there, or in NTU and so on. Yeah, those are buses, all the van are moving within the campus. They are all without any driver inside there. Yeah, so it's the same thing also. They are all connected up with the mobile network. It's not just with the sensor around the campus and so on. No, they are really go onto the network, and that is why 5G become such a hot topic now because of security, because it is 24 hours, 7 days, 365 days a week, a year. They are all connected all the time. And what if somebody gain control of the system? You're going to cause a disastrous. And what happened to a air control tower at the airport? Yeah. So just to sidetrack the thing, that is what I keep on telling people also. And why suddenly US actually waking up, and then why they ban Huawei. And not only, and they finally they managed to get all the Western country to actually reject Huawei. Yeah. So I'm not saying who is right or who is wrong, but the fact is actually when we are at war all the time, then certainly you cannot say I trust somebody is going to drop a bomb into my over my head, and then we are still friends. Not possible. I still can use your mobile device for my home control and so on. How can it be? Correct or not? I'm not saying that who is right and who is wrong and so on, but I'm only saying that, you know, if we are all in good terms and we trust each other, why should I'm not dropping a bomb over your head? Why are you so scared that you don't use my equipment or use my network? Yeah. Okay, so much for that. I don't want to get myself into the wrong step. Okay, so you can actually see that, you know, there are a lot of emphasis are actually in those devices, communication and so on. Yeah. So this is actually in line with the Internet of Things. Oh, okay. So let me see any other thing. Support. Okay, this is actually more on the after sales services and so on, I think. Yeah. Okay, I think it is coming to the close already. This is where to buy, and so I think in Singapore, okay, this is actually their store. They have it 313 Bugis Junction. Yeah, I think they're still there, I think. Although some of them are closed because of the COVID-19. Yeah, there are quite a number of shops actually. 313, I in there. I think Suntech also, I thought. No, no Suntech. So if you are interested and so on, you can actually uh, watch out lah. Maybe they through your ISP, that means your telephone company, they may be starting with the pre-registration or something, registration for interest or something. So the moment they are available, you can actually get it. But I doubt that they are going to do so much commercial promotion because they really don't have the chipset to actually produce the phone at this moment. But my understanding also, just I think it's good to actually mention it. Although the Kirin 9000, which actually using the 5 nano meters technology, and for that reason, only TSMC can actually make the chips for Huawei. And at this moment, they are not allowed to do so because of the uh, restriction from the US government, because any manufacturer that is using US technology, they will be under restriction from the US government if they want to do business with so-called restricted customer. Then they have to apply to US national security section. I do not know exactly where, to actually get the permission or the license to actually to continue supplying parts and so on. If they do it under the table, if they are caught, they themselves will get a fine, or even get themselves listed, and they may not be able to actually uh, getting any more US technology anymore in future. Yeah, or whatever they are presently allowed to do, they will end up like Huawei, like that. They cannot do anything with access to US technology. So for that reason, certainly I don't think anybody will want to actually do it, knowing that we have a superpower there actually demanding for everything. Okay, so can I ask any other suggestion, any question, or any comments, any feedback you